What's up, everybody? It's Kelsee Briana J here with a video on some products that I thought I would use a little bit more than I do. And this video is actually a collaboration with the beautiful Morgan Turner. She is a beauty influencer here on YouTube. She stays up on all the current things, and I'm very excited to be collaborating with her today, simply because I think that her presence on YouTube is so dope. And you guys, I love her voice. It is so soothing. So we definitely had to collaborate, and so we're doing this video today. I have no idea what she's gonna put in her video, and she has no idea what I'm gonna put in my video. So whenever you guys see her video, I'm gonna be seeing her video for the first time as well. So I'm really excited about this. I will leave the links to her social media platforms down in my description box. These products for me are products that I really had good intentions on using regularly, and I know myself, so I know sometimes when I buy products, I know that I'm not going to use them all the time, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with collecting makeup sometimes, and I know what's for collector's purposes, and I know what's to be used regularly. And these products, in my head, when I bought them, I was supposed to use these regularly. Like, they were supposed to be a part of my everyday routine, or at least use on a somewhat consistent basis. But pretty much, these products are extinct in my makeup collection. I very rarely pull for them, even though some of them I do quite enjoy. And every time I pull them out, I'm like, oh my gosh, how come I don't use this more? And some of them I just plain old forgot about, even though I really thought I was going to be using them. So in no particular order, let me start out with the Sunday Riley the Influencer foundation. And this is a clean long wear foundation. When I first bought this, I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Granted, I did buy this in the dead of the summer, so the color was a little bit of a better match when I bought it. And I wore this strong for about 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I just forgot about it and I just pushed it to the back of the drawer. I actually had to dig this out of the back of the drawer to do this video. That's how much I really don't use it, but you guys can see I used a good amount of it when I was using it. Now, my tan fading did have a little bit to do with the fact of why I didn't use this as much, but I easily could have bought another one in a lighter color just to use for the winter time, but I didn't. So that just goes to show that I really wasn't that into it like I thought I was, because I don't even miss it. Next is my Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and this is surprising not only to you but to me as well, because I love this palette. This is my favorite palette that Too Faced ever made. I love the formulation of the eyeshadows. I raved about it when I first got it, and for good reason. I still love this palette. It's just I don't use it that much. I used it really strong when I first got it, but then I just fell off with it. But when I look at it, I'm inspired to play. I think this palette is formulated so well, and I think it's super pretty. It's just I don't pull it out to use it. I really want to do better with switching up the makeup, and I have it over here for easy access, but I still do not reach for this palette, and I am miffed as to why. Absolutely miffed, because this palette is excellent. The quality is excellent. The pigmentation, the color story, the looks you can give with this palette is bomb. I need to pull this palette out. Let me know if you guys want to see like a review rewind with this palette, because I definitely can incorporate this. Next, we have this Marc Jacobs Finish Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. I think I haven't used this since I initially got it, like around that time, and I really was here for this powder. I love the smell. Hold on. It still smells good. I'm like, does mine still smell like that? It smells like coconut. It has like a slight banana-y feel to it, but like not all the way, because it's not 2013. But I really like this powder, and I don't know why I never use it. Like, ever. I never am like, oh, let me set my under eye with my Marc Jacobs coconut powder. I don't know. There's no logical explanation as to why I don't use it. I really liked it when I first tried it. I just never think about it, and I guess I have too many options of setting powders, and this one just kind of gets pushed, but I think it's a nice setting powder. It just never really made its way into my everyday life. So another palette that I really thought I was going to use all the time. This one is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and this one is a newer palette. This palette has everything you need in it to do any type of look you want to do. If you want to do a day look, boom. You want to do a warm tone look, bam. You want to do a nighttime look, okay. If you want to do anything, then this palette's got you. This palette was born to run, born born to be ready, down for whatever. This is your palette. But do I ever reach for this palette? No. If I'm wanting to do any type of look, this is probably the last palette that I'm going to think of, even though it has everything that I need and the quality is there. It's a really nice palette. It's just not something that I think about. It has colors in here for wintertime, spring, fall, and summer. I just don't know why I don't reach for this palette, and I really thought that this was going to be my go-to everyday palette because it has transition colors, outer V colors, lid colors. Like, it just has the colors, but I don't reach for it. This palette is super pretty. This one is the NARS Rive Sail cheek palette. I just knew this was going to be my new boo, especially since I really loved the NARS Banque de Sable trio that had come out the year before, or maybe the year before, 2 years prior to this one. This was not the remix to that. I really never used this palette. I really like the formulation of them, but I think these colors are a little bit darker than what I typically go for on the cheeks. But I was like, I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to step outside of my box and wear darker colors on my cheeks. I'm going to mix these together. We're going to have that really nice avant-garde type cheek, and I'm going to go for it. As good as my intentions were, I never really used this palette. I actually had forgotten I had it until I was looking for stuff that I said in my head I was going to use, but then I did it and I saw it in the drawer and I was like, oh yeah, there's that palette that I said I was going to use, but I didn't. So this is a perfect contender for this video. Another foundation. This is the Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation. And when I swatched this, you know, you can swatch foundations at the counter. I thought this formula was absolutely gorgeous. Like, super pretty. Plus, this packaging is fancy. Plus, you guys know I love Tom Ford. Like, I am the Tom Ford girl. And I never really used it, even though I should have, just because this is like close to $100. I just never did. I actually think the color 7.7 Honey is a little bit too dark. And so that kind of attributed to why I didn't use it, but still I can mix it with another color and, you know, bring it on up. But I still never did it, and here I am. I believe I've had this a year, maybe a little bit longer, and it's about time for me to let it go. But I'm very disappointed in the fact that I thought I was going to use this. The formulation is beautiful. I just don't feel like there's the perfect color for me. It's pretty much still full. Natasha Denona, what? You guys, I just knew when Natasha Denona was coming out with the purple palette that she made it specifically for me. I felt that in my spirit. But I did not use the palette as much as I have intended to. I could probably think of a strong 3 times that I've used this palette. I think it's because it didn't have enough pops of purple like I really wanted it to. Like, we have this one, but then these are like kind of like pinky like. So I feel like that's why I've never really just been drawn to open up this palette. If it had a little bit more purple and a little bit less mauve-y pinky colors, then I think this will be my one. Since it doesn't, it's kind of like my 100. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of other stuff and it's still pretty, don't get me wrong. I still really like it, but I just don't. So we are down to the last 2 things, and I just dropped one, so I guess I'll talk about this one. This one is the Jouer Lip Topper in the color Skinny Dip, and I was mesmerized by this when I saw it. I just knew I was going to be applying this on top of my lips. Actually, let me see. I mean, it's pretty. I just don't use it. This gives you a really beautiful shimmer on the lips, but it's just something that I never really incorporated in any of my looks. I really thought that I was going to be topping my lips with this, getting my sparkle on. You know what? I know why. I don't like the top right here. It just kind of looks weird and it's square, so it kind of hurts my fingers sometimes. And so as a result of that, I just kind of let it sit just because I wasn't really a fan of the packaging, even though I like the product on the inside. And I know you all are like, girl, as long as the product performs. And I'm like, girl, no, I need the glamour and the product. I need it all. I'm one of those people, it's all or nothing with me. So, yeah. And the last thing that I really sold a dream to myself about that I was going to use is the Urban Decay All Nighter Longwear Mattifying Weightless Waterproof Setting Powder, and I really geeked myself up saying I was going to use this in the summertime. This powder claims to make your makeup last through the night with the all-nighter waterproof setting powder. It feels like nothing, yet instantly sets foundation, controls shine, and creates a blown out effect. I did a full video about it. I was impressed with the packaging because it had the little raindrops on it, you know, waterproof, water repellent. You know, I was here for this powder because it made my skin matte, and you know in the summertime, that's all you care about is not looking like an oily, sweaty mess. And so this powder was gonna be the answer to all of my problems in the summertime. But did I even one time use this powder last summer? I didn't. Did I like the powder? I did. So question, Kelsee. If you liked the powder, why didn't you use it? My answer today in 2019 is I don't know. I don't know. This powder just set, and I don't know if I forgot about it. I wanted to see how well this powder stood up against humidity. And I live in the South, guys, so the humidity is strong. It gets hot in here. So I just never used it, but I still want to just because I think the concept is super cool. I don't know what my deal was with this, nor do I know what my deal was with the other stuff because all of these products I like. I feel like the power of having so many options kind of takes a part in not using makeup that you thought you were going to because there's something new that comes out every day. So it's hard to make time to really revisit things that you already had, especially if you're a beauty influencer and you're trying to stay on top of it like I'm trying to do. I'm sure there are other things in my collection that could have been a part of this video, or I'm sure that there are things that I'm going to buy this year that will be a part of the next video that I do like this. My intentions are good. It's just time gets the best of me sometimes, but that's everything that I had that I thought I would use a little bit more than I did. Maybe I will keep these products out and use them now that I've brought it to my own attention that I don't. In the comment section, let me know some products like that you have that you really thought you were going to use, but it's like, girl, you don't use that. And also make sure you check out Morgan's channel. Please be sure to go over there and show her some love. Let her know I sent you. I will have the links to her channel down below as well as her Instagram. And while you're over in Instagram land, make sure you follow me as well. I'm Kelsee Briana J on all platforms. So if you are looking for me, that is how you're going to find me. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all in my very next one. Smooches. Bye.